Recording.
All right. Hi, and welcome to this week's episode of Cooking with Carter. Today is May the 17th. It is about 9:55, and we're going to do a fajita episode for you. Just want to run through the ingredients that we have. We have black olives that have been sliced out of a can. Those are pitted olives. We have shredded cheese that's over in the other green bowl here. We have one sweet red pepper that has been cut open and seeded. I have not sliced that yet. One green bell pepper, which doesn't have the sweet flavor. We have rotisserie chicken that has been cut in a bowl, and I've got a couple slices here that I'm going to show you how I do that with. And we have some choice beef stew ribeye cuts that we have that I'm going to cut on camera for you as well. So, two things. A question was asked on our behind the scenes camera before we started the show today with the difference in the red pepper and the green pepper. Mainly the red bell pepper here is what I'm going to do is just cut right down the center. Okay, and then I'm going to go across again. The red bell pepper actually is sweeter. This is not a bell pepper. This is a red sweet pepper. I do apologize. I said that wrong. And you want nice long strips on this red bell pepper. And you want to make sure that you get all the way across.
Watch yourself.
Yep.
It's a wily one today.
Yeah, this actually, now what I do if it's hard to cut here, I'll go this way and I'll keep it this length. Go down the center of the pepper there. Guide it on the actual blade side. That's about the size you want right there. And we'll put it in the bowl. Same thing here, a little shorter, but you get the same idea. We went ahead and took out the seeds. And we're going to actually cook all of this together. I tell you, this red pepper is a mover today. Come on now. This is where you find out if you got true skills or not.
Is it because the thing's a little wet from your olive?
That and also the size of the small size of the cut. Not used to picking up things with my right hand there, but you get to see that today. Now if I can do this,
Getting some great angles today.
this is our new camera that we have, and that's nice and long. That's again the size I want. Now this little white part here is part of the seeded area, so I'm just going to take the knife. I'll let my knife do the work on that. I'll do the same thing on this side. See the seeded part right here? I'm just going to take my knife and just slide that right off there just like that. So that basically is the thickness that we want. Okay, going to do the same thing over here on this side of the red pepper. This is a good size. It's a little thick, but it's okay. I'm actually not going to cut that down. Here's the ribbit again. If there's a ribbit in there or a piece that you don't want, just take your knife and just go back and forth and have a good old piece of lovely ribbit over there which would sit and discard. I'm going to go ahead before I slice this down, since this part is flat, show you how easy it is when the pepper decides to cooperate. And you want to try to get your peppers about the same size. It really doesn't matter how thick or how thin you want them. It's completely up to you. Just watch your fingers there. So there is basically all of your red pepper. Now, the ends are a little bit tricky. Give me a time check there, Max, on that.
On this?
Mm-hmm. How we doing?
Oh, this is 144.
Okay. Marshall, how long we been going on the
I'm looking at 21:30 remaining.
Okay. All right. So we're just gonna now. This is the bigger part of the pepper, which is a little bit more difficult to cut because of the way that it lays. I'm not going to trim that the same way I normally did. I'm going to have some thicker pieces, just different, okay? Now here, it does take quite a bit of skill to do this. Okay, I'm actually going to cut that down, and then I'm going to cut it across to get the piece that you want. It's still that same long, it's a shorter piece, but it's in the same width. What I did was just trimmed it down. So these pieces here you can use. Actually, not going to use that one because it's got a piece of the rivet, and I'm not going to trim that down. So these,
what about that one?
This little piece here, I'll just trim that down. And that piece can actually just be peeled back. So there's that. Okay. All right. So I'm going to just real quick slice up a piece of the green pepper so that you can see how I'm going to work that. I'm pretty much going to do it the same way. Okay, we got a wily veteran here. You can see where the green pepper is. How much of the green pepper you want to slice down. That is the size that I want for my green pepper, about the same size as the red. Okay, we'll drop that in the bowl. Drop that in the bowl. Okay, I'm going to finish this up when we come back, but I want to go ahead and actually just drop these sections in the bowl there. There's a couple of seeds on the board, and they'll come out as we cook. Not going to really hurt anything because it's just a pepper seed. We clean most of those off. Real quick, what I do with my steak, I go right down the middle. Let your knife do the work, folks. Just slide your knife back and forth. You don't really have to press down. Pretty tender steak. Okay, that'll go there. Gonna do the other couple pieces here. Saved a couple of the big pieces for you so you could see how I trim it down. I keep my fat on my steak because it gives it that flavor that I want. Okay. And the last one. This is an example of what I'm talking about. Some people will trim this down. You can also have your butcher trim it down for you. They'll do that at your local markets if your market has a butcher. If not, you're kind of forced to do it yourself. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put this in the steak bowl, which we have all the other steak there. Now, real quick, I'm just going to run my knife through the chicken here. This is, again, rotisserie chicken in a package. You can actually get it at any local grocer. You start, go sideways, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then I'll go this way. Start here and go across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. There we go. This is going to go into our rotisserie bowl. Now, when I cook this, of course, I'm going to cook my meats first, and then my peppers second. But I will cook my peppers together. All right, so that's the meat there, and that's how that's going to work. When we come back, I'm going to season this up, show you what we use, get our peppers chopped up, and get our skillet heated, okay? So we'll see you back in just a bit on Cooking with Carter.
Recording.
All right, we're back on Cooking with Carter. The green pepper and red pepper has been chopped up. We're going to go ahead and turn on the skillet. Going to go ahead and heat the skillet down to 300. I am not going to heat this to 350. I want it to cook very, very slowly. I'll tell you, excuse me for coughing on camera. Tell you why. You don't want to cook your meat too fast, plain and simply, because if you do, it will get tough. All the juices will come out, bada bang, bada boom, you got tough meat. That's not what you want. All right, seasoning real quick. Pinch of garlic salt. Gotta love this new camera, man. This thing is awesome. Got that in the mail the other day. And it is wonderful as far as lighting is concerned. We don't have to use our spotlight that we normally have. I took 4 pinches of garlic salt, taking 2 pinches of onion powder. A little onion powder goes a long way. I'll actually take a third because there's a lot of meat in there. And we'll use just a tiny bit of complete seasoning. About 3 pinches of that. And we're going to let this heat up a little bit more. I'm going to have Max take the bowl here. And I'm going to grab the chicken and do the same thing. He's basically going to slide the beef out of the way. Now the chicken is a little bit less. We did pre-season the other side of some of these before I started the show. So just to save a little bit of time and effort, 4 pinches of garlic salt. A pinch and 2. And basically what I'm doing, to tell you how much spice I'm using, I'm basically taking, if you can see, it basically is where your 2 fingers meet. That's how much spice that I'm using. That's an awesome shot on camera right there.
You have no idea, dude.
This JVC is the Evrio is wonderful. And we're just going to drop that on and notice how it just picks everything up. All right, so this is now, we'll use just a dash, same thing, in between the finger. Watch it fall, folks. Look at that. See that fall right there? Look like snow, doesn't it? One more. And if you want to be fun and creative, you can toss it. That takes a little coordination. Drop that seasoning down in there. We did that to the meat earlier. Okay, we got our skillet heating still. Thank you, Max. Now I'm going to go ahead and drop this in while the skillet is heating. Yep. Thank you.
Welcome.
Alright. And now, take that behind. One-handed. There with it. Man, hands are good things. Alright. No. Marshall is going to come up and take that.
Thank you.
Now, the key with this here is once you get it set, don't move it a lot.
I want to get some of the grease trap.
Huh? Yeah.
Yeah, a bunch of collection.
Because you can see
Look at that.
it actually browns quickly. It
Literally, it was just in there. It's already brown.
and that's what I said. You don't really want to move it a lot. As far as, just to let you guys know, we've got our behind-the-scenes shots going too. So we have a camera constantly running. When we go to commercial, the Max's camera is constantly running. It took us about an hour to get set up. This has been a lot of fun. Did want to throw a quick shout out to Max here. If you get a chance, actually, I'm going to let Max tell you just a little bit about his YouTube channel that he's got. Go check him out. It's a lot of fun, guys. Max, why don't you tell him about that channel?
I have a gaming channel. It's just me and a friend of mine. We just play games. We just do stuff. There's a couple episodes of a game called Worms on there. It's like a turn-based, I don't know, shooter type thing where you throw like grenades at each other. It's really fun. We have a lot of fun with it. I'll put a link in DJ's description later when we upload and edit this. But yeah, if you don't mind, you can come check me out. That'd be great.
And finally, we did do some editing with DJ is the Man 30, my music channel. Hit 708 views today. I was just ecstatic about that. Thank you to all my subscribers and viewers out there that's doing that. What we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and let this brown up. Once this is just about brown, we will come back and add the chicken in. The chicken's literally going to take about 4 minutes or so. And actually, I'll just let this run because really all I'm doing is just turning it. And you can see that the juice is in there, and that's why I don't move this a lot, because the juice is going to come to the top of the meat because heat rises. So basically, once this is brown, I'm actually going to go ahead and throw the chicken in.
I know.
Oh no, I gotta wait and see. They got a lot of red. They gotta wait till it all browns up.
Yeah, you might want to get some of that corner right there. There's a lot of red clumped in that corner back there.
Yep.
There we go. Yeah, looks good. Looking good.
And this, when this is done, it should come out just as tender as it can be. And again, I'm not cooking that at 350. If you cook it at 350, it's going to dry out. One of the things that you can do to tenderize your meat a little more, this is kind of a chef's secret, even though I'm not one. Take a little bit of 2% milk, put it into a container, and drop a little bit of cinnamon and nutmeg in that milk. Put your beef in there and let it season, let it marinate in there for about an hour and a half. Take that meat out of there, strain it real well, drop it in the skillet at 300. You talk about smell-o-vision, folks. That's going to knock your socks off, I guarantee it. Why? Because I'm not wearing any. Not really. I do have socks and shoes on. But we'll be right back, and we will cook up the chicken and cook up the green peppers, and that'll do it. For Cooking with Carter, we'll see you in a bit. And Max is going to dump in the peppers.
Okay. I'll wait till you get some room on that.
And the chicken hits the griddle. Peppers are in. One final go of seasoning for the chicken. Seasoning for the green peppers and red pepper.
Make sure that you put more chicken in.
Oh, I actually added some more chicken, and mainly it was because I realized that I actually made a mistake. One of the I tested one of the pieces of steak that I got, and it is good. It's done, but it's a little tougher than I like, and it's because of the type of steak that it is. I took a look at the packaging, and it's actually strip steak. I thought it was ribeye, but it's not. It's strip steak. So that didn't work out as well as I would have liked, but that's okay. If all else fails, try something different.
If all else fails, you have a new recipe.
Haha. My lovely little corner.
Lovely corner of the abyss.
This could be a Christmas tree mutilated. That's what happened for Christmas this year.
Frosty got a little too excited.
Yep. Had to take him out back and make him into snowballs.
Snow cones, yay!
Now this literally will take about 5 minutes or so, and everything will be done. What we got time microwave there, Marshall?
22.
Okay. Marshall's in the back helping us out again today. So, we're just going to let this simmer just a little bit longer, and then all of this will come out. Now, I do want to mention real quick before we go to our next break about the tortillas that we're using. Marshall, will you go ahead and hand Max one of the bags? Now, I'm going to, before we, this is actually, and I am going to show, this is a corn tortilla. Actually, as far, and you can see the difference there. It's these cook up well. You want to put them in the microwave for about 10 seconds. You can throw them in your skillet for about 10 seconds. The other ones that we have, we'll pass those over. These are flour tortillas. A little bit different. Just show some ingredients back here, so you can see how these are the white. The way to tell the difference, the corn is actually a browner color, The flour is a white. So that is how you tell that. We'll be right back, and we'll have this done and show you what it looks like on a plate on Cooking with Carter. Oh, we don't. Max just actually asked. Sorry about that. Thought we were going to go to break, but I decided not to. The olives are done cold. The olives and cheese are done cold. You don't throw those in there. You can, but I don't. I just take them straight out of the can and go right to the little wrap of love. All right, so that's going to be the end, and we'll come back with... Oh, I'm going to... Still holding these. There we go. Sit them over there. Hey, how you doing? All right, well, I'm actually going to flip those over. There you go. Now, we'll give this one last toss. How you doing? If it answers, I'm walking.
If it answers, I'm going to eat it quickly.
Ah, so it cannot answer yet again. Yep.
Put it in the... Yeah. There we go.
All right, guys, we'll see you when this is done and show you what it looks like and show you how to eat it on Cooking with Carter.
Recording.
All right, we're back. I'm going to go ahead and assemble this monster of fajita justice. Now, the one thing I don't like about this ranch is it doesn't have a control top to pour out of. So you have to be really careful, and it takes just a little bit for it to run down.
And just so y'all know, if y'all are not planning on watching the behind the scenes, well, we hope you do. But just for sake of right now, we put these little shells or whatever in the microwave for about 15 seconds, just so they're warmed up enough to be moved and do whatever you like.
My hands have been washed, guys. I didn't film that, but gonna just take a little bit of cheese. A little bit of olive. Move the ranch. Max is just holding the bowl there. A little bit of chicken. You don't really have to pack these full. Get a little bit of more chicken, a little bit of pepper. You can see that there. Now, the trick to rolling these, there really isn't one. I just start here, and I just go across, and it's going to be messy. Some things are going to fall out. But just to show you.
How's it taste?
Man, all I gotta say is, fajitas are the bomb. We'll see you next week on Cooking with Carter. Enjoy. If you can't be good, be bad, but be good at it. See you later.
And...